exactly.
Okay,
Because
so that
it
opened
says,
that
like,
up.
I have a feeling that the very beautiful brunette lady wants to talk.
Well, I wish you would stop
Oh,
talking
and
or
then it
spend more
goes
time
back to
with me.
normal.
I'm just a jerk. Don't mind me.
But you're my jerk.
I am. I'm just your friendly neighborhood jerk.
Spider jerk. Spider jerk.
Spider jerk.
I
That's
had
screwed
to.
up, my friend. Love you too, man.
Love you, man.
Trying to remember. What was it? Oh, good. I can send you a bunch of memes since you did see the Spider-Man trailer.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because I keep finding more memes. I'm like, I need to share these with
Also,
them.
I highly doubt you've seen it, but did you see the Venom one?
I think I did. Yeah, I did. I did.
Flipping Carnage is terrifyingly amazing.
Just like, I want to go home now.
I mean, for he's a flippin' serial killer and he's crazy. And he
It's like, no,
has
thank you. I want to go home now.
I still love like you can eat everyone. Everyone? Yes.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
He's like,
Go
now
down,
I'm
my
happy
friend.
to fight him.
Oh, I almost had it.
I love peaches.
Peaches are awesome. I love to make peach cobblers. It's one of my
I'd
favorite things to
love to
make.
try your peach cobblers.
Yes.
I forgot what's that baking that was it that apple thing? Those apple cookies you said that your dad like went crazy over?
Yes, that he eats them all.
I forgot. Did he ask that for like his birthday one year?
I think he did, yeah. He just eats them all.
I mean, if he likes your apple cookies, then
A-
props to him.
apple cinnamon. Apple cinnamon cookies.
Yeah.
He calls them the crack cookies because he's like, you have to put crack in these because he just can't stop eating them. Because that's the only logical reason why they're good.
Oh, I love that though. I love that with your dad.
Get over there. Bam!
You know, speaking of dads, I'm pretty sure I've told you this, but I don't think I've ever said on recording. But I discovered that growing up, I shared a lot of the same like interests in foods and flavors like my dad. But one of the most iconic moments, it was when I was really young and we were going camping in our motorhome, the one that I nearly broke my back in. But
Oh my.
anyways,
Please don't do that.
yeah, I will never roll off a bunk bed. That's like make a long story short. But anyways, so we were
Yes.
going camping, and Dad had calf lib. It's like coffee but without caffeine, and it's made out of wheat. And but like I said, it tastes just like coffee, just without the caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
So um, so since it wasn't coffee, I asked for a cup. So mom made me one, and of course dad had his. And we were sitting across each other. I don't know where my brother was, but we were sitting across from each other, and I did not even realize this, but at the same time, me and dad took our toast and we were dipping it in the calf lib and eating it.
No
And it was
way.
Yeah, and it was until like the second slice, like we're like halfway done the second
Whoop, I
slice,
didn't
that we
want to do that.
finally
My bad.
noticed each other and realized what both of us were doing. And it was such a funny, cool moment between me and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, me and my dad, we have a lot of favorite foods together. Like I can't tell you how many times
Aww.
we fought over Cheetos and such. I remember one time I took his bag of Cheetos and I had to buy him another one because he was really upset. He was like, "I can't believe you ate my Cheetos." And I'm like, "Sorry, Dad." And that's the same thing with chocolates and a whole bunch of other things. But with getting older, I discovered that I have a lot of stuff with my mom as well. But like I said, I mostly noticed with my dad. Like, we both like spicy food, but not too spicy. And
Mm-hmm.
my mom can handle sushi. Like, she doesn't like the raw stuff anymore. Like, I don't blame her, but I still do as long if it's made professionally and not gonna give us food poisoning.
That's kind of
But
important.
yeah. Oh gosh, I still remember when we did get food poisoning.
Oh,
It
I bet
it
that
was an
sucked.
it did. And we should have known better. It didn't taste right, but we kept eating it, so it was our own stupid faults. It's like, huh, this doesn't taste
Uh,
right. Continue to eat.
what could possibly go wrong?
Speaking of food poisoning, have I ever told the story of the first time I ever experienced food poisoning in recording?
I don't
Did
remember. We have
I?
been doing
Okay.
this for 3 years, so I'm not quite sure if we exhausted all of
Mm-hmm.
our stories in our short experience of life.
Indeed. So I'll quickly tell it. So a couple years ago, it was back when my grandmother was still alive, and particularly my mom's mom, who passed away before this happened. So it was when she was in the lodge because my grandpa died and she couldn't take care of herself. So not only were we visiting her and my other family, but we were visiting because two of my cousins were graduating.
Oh,
So
nice.
my cousin's mom, well, ultimately is my other cousin, really. She was able to get this kind of like it was like a church building. Like it wasn't a church, but it was kind of like a place where they had like different gatherings and special events. So she was
Mm-hmm.
able to use it for like a big family get together and friendship thing in order to celebrate like a meal of the graduation. And keep in mind, this was in summer, obviously, so it was extremely hot. And
Mm-hmm.
my cousin's an idiot. She made a turkey and flippin' left it out while it's hot, and then proceeded to
I
make
am doing
gravy
terrible with these cats.
with the
Yes,
said
keep going.
turkey juice. And so she made gravy with it, and it tasted sour. But I normally like sour stuff, so I'm like, oh wow, sour gravy.
Oh
Never had this before.
no.
So I had a boat. I had like I covered so much of my food in this
Oh
gravy. Like I covered the meat, the ham, the potatoes, the
no.
vegetables. And yes, so
No.
so so that happened. So the next day, me and my mom were going to Grand Prairie, and but we wanted to stop by to see Grandma and say goodbye to her because that's always what we do. We always said goodbye to Grandma before we left, and so we visited with her at the lodge. We gave her hugs and kisses, and then while driving to Grand Prairie, I start not feeling good. And I told mom, and mom was completely panicking because she's like, "Oh my gosh, Tanya, you were," yes, I said my name, but oh my gosh,
Mhm.
you hugged her, you kissed her. If she catches this, Tanya, she's probably gonna die. So I was
Thanks,
crying,
Mom.
thinking, yeah, exactly. So I was crying, thinking that I jeopardized my grandmother. So I was absolutely horrified. But when I started explaining my symptoms, my mom then asked me like very specific questions. And then she finally remembered. She's like, "Tanya, did you eat that gravy?" I'm like, what? Why? What about it? She's like, how much did you eat? I'm like, I covered everything in it. And she's like, oh my gosh, I should have warned you, Tanya. I think you got food poisoning. I'm like, what? And like, I'm not gonna say what exactly happened, but let's just say I felt like I was gonna die. That was
Oh,
my
I bet it
first
was
experience
bad.
with food poisoning. I was sick in the room for days. Like, we
I
couldn't go
bet.
home until I felt better. I think we
Mm-hmm.
nearly went to the hospital because, like, I did. It was horrible. But I survived, and I'm here. And I will
Yay!
never ever have sour tasting gravy again
Good, because
and
that would be
such.
bad.
But indeed. And that was before I had a proper phone to like message you guys. So like you guys had no idea what the heck I was going through when that happened. But yeah, mom took care of me though during that difficult
Aw,
time.
what a good mommy.
Yeah. But no, grandma obviously did not.
Poseidon!
Didn't, oh snap!
Ah,
But yeah,
Beth, let's
grandma
shoot him.
obviously did not catch my my food poisoning. Obviously,
Oh, thank goodness.
thankfully it's not contagious.